Johnny, congrats on this film. This is a lovely performance, and
Thank you.
what struck me about this was that there's so much heart to it. And while there are plenty of laughs throughout this film, you're really giving this great portrayal of addiction, but most importantly, recovery and what all goes into that. So, what went into this portrayal that is a subject matter that, is so close to home for so many, and it really showed off your range?
Well, I've had many friends go through recovery, and my father was an alcoholic. Been many times in my life where I distracted too much with one thing or another. I'm a father of three. I have two young daughters, so I had a lot to draw from.
And Lige, Jay Moore has a role in this film, and I saw him do stand up recently, and he looks completely different than we see him in the film. And he was very open about losing weight and how great his recovery has gone. So obviously, it was a very personal subject matter for him as well. How was it just working with him on this film?
Jay was awesome. He's a pro. He
Yeah.
showed up and he really brought it home. I asked Johnny. He was like, watching those two together was some of my favorite stuff. Those guys really brought it, and a lot of weight, but like in between takes was really funny, and fun. They saw me almost get in a fight with somebody one day.
Oh God. Yeah, that was one of the producers, right?
Yeah, we laughed about it.
It
Yeah.
was so good. You there as you do on a film. Sometimes you butt heads. Everyone's trying to achieve something, and so they're having an argument, and I just got my phone in my pocket like this, following them around, recording it all. But Jay and I known him for a long time. Back in 94, 95, we would go to this field on off of Santa Monica Boulevard and play softball on Sundays, and he would come. So we, even though he didn't play softball with us in the film, that's how I knew Jay from playing softball with him. He's a great guy. And what
That's
did you said he looks different now from he did in the movie?
Yeah, he's lost a ton of weight. He
Oh,
looks
really?
so much smaller. Yeah.
He
Oh,
lost
good,
it
good for him.
the other night when we were watching it together. He was like, "Holy shit, look at me."
I know that's when you're, hey, here comes Jay Moore. I'm like, what? But I'm so glad he lost it. That's great. Good for him.
Yeah, he looks completely, it looks like he 10 years younger. It's incredible to see the difference. And Johnny, this cast is just stacked with just hilarious comedians, Theo Vaughn, Bobby Lee. How unique was this set? Because I just imagine people were riffing constantly.
Constantly. And you know, I live in such a bubble. I don't know who anyone is a lot of times. And I came on the set, and Theo Vaughn, I don't know who anyone is. So he was hilarious all day long, saying the most absurd, like just random things. I'm like, who is this guy? He's so funny. And now I know who he is. My son's like, Theo Vaughn is the funniest guy on the planet. I'm like, and so yeah, it was great to work with him.
That's awesome. And Laj, my last question for you. You wrote and directed Sweet Dreams, so obviously it's a very personal project for you. But how was it balancing the humor and then also just, the serious nature of this film? Because I thought you did a really good job navigating it and, finding that balance.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's mainly just to try to make it feel real, because all that stuff is really, it's emotional and it's funny all at the same time. Like those situations there's comedy at the darkness, and those guys just did what was on the page, really. Um, me and my friends, we just make fun of each other, even when the shit's hard, and that's just how. I don't write jokes. I don't know how to write jokes. Maybe I do, but I don't think I've ever done it. And it's more about the absurdities of life, and that shit's funny, and how do you laugh, keep it light, but even, dealing with some serious subject matter. So I think the tone just came across naturally, and everybody was doing it very real, and that's the only way
Yeah.
that how is just to try to make it feel real.